All right, there's YouTube again. So OHI is going to be a no. It's live now. Yay, Andrea. Love Exxon. But they're too high for me right now. I have bought them and traded them 4 times. Okay. XOM. Here we go. 119.20. All right, a year ago, 111.89. Oh, sorry, 111.79. Bottomed out in the middle of January at 96.13. Topped out at 123.81 the middle of April. Okay, drops, moves back. Look at that movement. Isn't that awesome? Just take a look. Okay? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Where do you think it's going next? Come on, really? I love Exxon too. But Andrea's right. It's a little too high. Okay? The last 30 days. Okay, here's the last 30 days. Take a look at this. Okay, here we are. Up, down, up, down, up. Well, where do you think it's going next? 32 questions. Holy cow. Hello, it's Barbara from Pennsylvania. What was the stock we were talking about before Exxon? Don't know. Gallant, it might be YouTube streaming screen that's crashing the computer. Oh, I don't know. I think option selling is better than dividends. Okay, Mahesh, I'm going to agree with you. Everyone needs to do that. Okay, Circle Project. All right, Jordan and Company. On average, how many trades do you place a week? About 20. Because remember, I got 6 different accounts. Okay? Now, I haven't bought anything in account number 1 for the past couple of weeks because everything just keeps floundering up, down, up, down. Nothing really getting bought out. Now, a couple of the other accounts, well, they keep coming and they go, and they come and they go, they come and go. See, if you look at it, if you look at my calendar, all right, the first week of August, DHI, Valero, Citigroup, Aetna, Southwest Airlines, Metropolitan, NEP, NextEra Energy, Ford, Intel, KVH, KB Homes, British Petroleum, IBM, Siri, Visa, Wells Fargo. Those are the only stocks I'm going to look at that week. That's it. Okay, I'm not going to look at Apple, Alcoa, Capital One Finance, ConocoPhillips, USD. I'm not going to look at those. Okay, so I only look at stocks when they have their dividend coming up. The reason being is before the dividend is paid. Okay, stocks have a tendency to increase before the EX date. So if I'm looking at Johnson & Johnson here on the 27th, I want to jump in 2 weeks before the dividend. The dividend's here. 2 weeks before it is the week of the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. Right? And I want to buy on a Monday at the market, at the open, if the chart tells me it's right. Because right now, with ExxonMobil up, down, up, down, up, now she's coming down, it's going to be a no for ExxonMobil this week for me. Now, I don't tell people what to do. Thank you. All right. Dellen Wilcock. Okay. Thank you for your content. I follow you tonight. Your patience with people is... You're patient with people and very informative. Well, I'm going to take that as a compliment. Thank you. Oh, talking about compliments. All right. You guys are going to love this one. All right. It's also a warning, okay? A warning and a compliment at the same time. Now, I've been doing this live show here every night since the beginning of January. And since I've been doing that, there are now 27 imposters pretending to be me. So, here comes the warning part. If you get a text message, an email, a DM, Telegram, Postgram, whatever, from someone pretending to be or saying that to me, here's a couple of things you need to keep in mind. Number 1, I don't do Telegram. Number 2, I don't do WhatsApp. Number 3, I don't do cryptocurrency. I don't do futures. I don't do Forex. And what is the other one? There's one more out there. It's really cool, but you got to sit in front of your computer all day. Yeah, I don't do that either. The only thing I do is dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. That's it. Okay, and you hear me live. So if you really want to talk to me, DM me with your phone number and I will give you a call. Now, usually, I'll call people and they say, oh my God, I didn't think you were going to call. I have a philosophy. If somebody puts their phone number in my email or in one of my boxes, I'm going to call them. Hello, good evening, morning, guys. Someone, it's evening, here anyway. We're going to see how this works. Water with lemon and honey. Let's throw. Keep coughing, because I'm sure you won't go away. So, Dylan Wilcock, thank you very much for that compliment. But I'm going to say you guys be leery because there are people out there that'll try to tell you, hey, it's James from Dividend Stock Talk. I got a great tip for you. Yeah, I don't do that. Sorry. I tell you everything right here. Now, I do have a morning trading group, and we do trade. We do meet every morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, okay, from 9 a.m. until whenever we're done with the questions. Because I'll stay on the phone, and I'll stay on the call. It's actually a live Zoom call. So you actually get to see my computer and interact and actually ask questions. You don't have to type them. You just yell, hey, James, can you show me that? Hey, James, can you show me this? Hey, James, can you explain that? Yeah, that's what I do in the morning call. Okay? Now, I've been doing podcasting for over 4 years, so let me just show you really quick. There's nothing here. What am I looking for? What? Yes, that's what we're looking for. Okay, so quickly, we're going to look at my website, The 10-Minute Trader. Now, if you go up to the bio right here, we'll see my little pretty little face, top left corner. Yeah, give it a good old smash, and that will bring you to my bio, which will give you a way to DM me. You see a little envelope there. That's where you send me an email. Also, you're going to see a link, The 10-Minute Trader. Okay? You can do a Google search. Who owns the 10-Minute Trader? You see James owns it, or the Guardian Enterprises, whatever. And you see that I've owned it for over 20 years. This name. I also had another one, but I had it for longer. Anyway, down here towards the bottom, it says current trades for 2024. So it actually has all my trades. Hey, view all right there. Click that, and that will take you to the second page, which I'm still working up the kinks because it's relatively new. Now, I've had the original site for over 20 years, but I just upgraded because everything was old. All right, so here's my social media: YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, podcast. Now, podcast is, I used to do a live podcast every single day. But lately, the podcast company that I was in got bought out by, I forget who bought them out. And then they upgraded. Now it's confusing as hell. Okay? But still, if you can see, there's over 900 episodes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, can't hear it.
Wonderful. I'm going to get the recording started. Put you guys on mute.
Recording in progress.
Recording in progress. Outstanding. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is James from Dividend Stock Talk. Brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader. Right, that's Dividend Stocks for weekly cash flow. Looking for a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week.
Yeah,
taking you
I
guys
turn that
along
off.
for the
You guys
ride.
don't want to hear that.
It is actually
Anyway, yeah, there's over 900 episodes.
6/24,
Okay.
24. It
So,
is the
where was I
beginning.
going with that? Underneath that, you see all my current trades. Okay, they're all there. I don't hide anything. I show you the winners, I show you the losers. I only had 2 losers this year so far. BITO, BITO, and Able Model. ABL. Able Model. Able Model, BITO, my only 2 losses so far this year. Okay, let's get back to where we were. Alrighty, now, or get a source. I have no idea what that means. How did this guy end up here? Disconnect. And now. Alright, I think option selling is better. Okay, yep. Circle project. Everyone needs to do that. Okay, Jordan, on average, how many trades I make a week? Ooh, too many. Thank you for your content, or get a source, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, you are having trouble with your internet. It's not my internet, it's my computer. Okay, now my computer's over 4 years old. It's time for a new one. I've just been slacking. I really don't want to do it. I just saw a $50 million wheel strategy. Well, cool beans. Such a script. Cool beans. What are your top 3 stocks with best dividends, of course? Well, my top 3 stocks this year, you ready? Macy's, Nordstrom's, and Kohl's. That's my top 3 for this year. How is Bitto for dividends? Yeah, Mahesh, Bitto, I had to scrub that. I was losing money, and I don't like losing money. So you see I have 2 losses this year. Bitto is one, and Abelmal is the other. But love Exxon. Way to go. Andrea, yes sir. I like Exxon because it's usually easy to figure out when gas is going to go down. Alright. Biomac for stability, performance, and security. Forget Windows. Horrendous. Yeah, Calibri, I'm going to agree with you, but I probably should, because if you think about it, I have a Windows, and I've had issues with it, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 iPhones all plugged into my Windows. Okay. How do you feel about PayPal? Oh, really? PayPal. PYPL. $66.14. Now, usually, PayPal, PYPL. So we're going to go over to Yahoo Finance and find out what's going on with PayPal and how well they increase their dividends on a consistent basis. Dividends only. Oh, look at that. There are no dividends in the selected time period. What does that mean? No dividends? No thank you. That's how I feel about PayPal. Because see, the reason why I want dividends is, look, up, down, up, down, up, down. What do you get when the stock goes down if there are no dividends? Well, you get nothing unless you actively trade. Actively trade, you got to sit in front of your computer and look at things. Then you have to read quarterly reports, and then you have to read annual reports, and you have to do no thank you. I like simple, safe, and predictable. Push keys. I love my singing. I sing horribly, but I do like to sing. Oh, check it out. Somebody just joined us. Who is it? Who just joined? Dennis. Dennis Mancini. Mancini. Wait a minute. Who's the name of that guy in the Princess Bride? Hey, Dennis Mancini. The prince. Remember the Princess Bride? Well, you had the Irish guy who was the hero of the story, and then you had Andre the Giant, and you had the short bald guy. And he says, "You never bet with a Sicilian when life is on the line." And wasn't his name Vincini? Mencini or Vincini? I don't know. Anyway, totally off topic. Hey, Randall Ray, how are you doing? All right, Andrea, woohoo! Alrighty. Do you still like Mara? Let's take a look at Mara. Okay, let's take a look at Mara, because I do have some Mara, and a lot of the followers, they have Mara also, M-A-R-A. I would show you Mara in the account, but apparently I keep getting booted, so I don't have it open. Mara, a year ago, 1476, bottomed out at the beginning of October at $7.16. Can you imagine that? $7.16. High school kids can buy that stock at $7. Okay, anyway, So that's the low. Look what the high is, 34. So from $7 to 34, that's over a 400% increase. That being said, last 30 days. 30 days ago, we opened up at 21.91. 2 days later was the 30-day high. Remember? High, low. Where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? Okay, Mara had a 30-day bottom here on the 5th, and that was 1366. She was up, gapped down a little bit, and have a new bottom over here on the 13th, and that was 1475. Today was a little bit higher, okay, at 15. So I like 2 days to the upside. So Mara, I'm going to write that down for next week, because apparently Mara still paying good dividends, good premiums. Look at it, it's at 15.15 at the moment, right? 15.15, right? So if I bought it at 15 and I sold at 15, I can collect 87 cents for next week. What can I get for this week? Okay, 48 cents for the 15th for this week. That's like 3% for this week, which is Thursday, Friday, only 2 days. Well, that's nice. But there's the big but, okay? You have to like Mara at 15.15. All right, that being said, let's keep on rolling. Lemon and honey will help your fingers crossed. Dennis, 6 out of my 8 weekly covered calls are in the money. That's a good thing. Well, yeah, 6 out of 8. I think only twice in 20 years. 15. The first 5 years I was doing crazy stuff. Made a lot of money, lost a lot of money in the first 5 years. It wasn't until my daughter asked me to teach her in 2008 that I came up with a strategy. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way to lose. Okay? So, rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. So, Dennis, if you got 8 positions and 6 of them are in the money, well, you're going to back to cash come Monday, and you're going to need a whole bunch of new stocks to pick from. All right, Calibri. My wife says, what did Calibri say? Here you go. My wife says you cough often every night, and that should get that checked. Well, I thank you for your concern, and you're absolutely correct. And I did get it checked. It just so happens I have what's called post-nasal drip syndrome. So right here in the back of my throat, it consistently dripping, drip, 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 nasals. And then it is caught in my throat, right down there, where I can't quite get to it. And every time I cough, it shakes loose, and then it resettles. Yeah. So the doctor said, here, take this prescription. I said, well, what are the side effects? And he gives me a list. I said, no, thanks. I'd rather cough and have the post-nasal drip. I'm 60 years old. I take no prescriptions whatsoever. Okay? So I'm looking for the magic elixir. Water, honey, lemon. I even tried a hot toddy for the past couple of nights. That's that water, honey, lemon, and bourbon. Yeah. That does burn it out of there. You know what works really good to get that post-nasal drip done and over with? Throwing up. Because the stomach acid comes up, burns that stuff right at the bottom of my esophagus, and then it's gone for hours. I have no desire to throw up whatsoever, but that does get rid of it. Yeah, sorry. I'm old school. Okay, I get hurt, rub dirt on it, walk it off. Take prescriptions? Hell no. Sorry. I want to die and have the coroner say, "Oh, what an awesome corpse." No pharmaceuticals whatsoever. Yeah, I don't trust them. Oh, Shell. Somebody wants to take a look at Shell. All right. Shell it is. Ooh, 73. 70, that's 76. 76 trombones in the big parade. 98 clarinets are in the band. All right, so no for this week. Next week, 73. 50 cents? Yeah, sorry. Shell's just not working. Even next week, which has more time. Okay, currently it's at 73, right? And if I'm selling, I have 73. And if I'm selling the 73, I'm only getting 50 cents. And that's for next Friday. Not this Friday. Next Friday. Yeah, those numbers just don't work. Sorry. Sorry about that, E. Not that I don't like Shell. Do you buy and sell options? Butt, Sweat, and Beers. Dude, you've been here before. Okay? Butt, Sweat, and Beers. I've seen your name before in the roster, and I'm very good with names. Okay. You've been here before, so you know what I do. I buy good quality dividend stocks. Specifically, cold and hot liquids make it worse. Okay, this is actually room temperature, Dennis. Now, I'm in Florida, 90 degrees, and you think I'm going to go outside and not have a cold drink? Hell no. Anyway, besides the point. So, back to butt, sweat, and tears. Butt, sweat, and beers. Okay, you've been here before. You know that I do dividend stocks only. Specifically, dividend stocks that consistently increase their dividends to their shareholders. Because a dividend is a portion of the profit that is shared with the shareholders, and that's you and me. We buy and sell stocks. We are the shareholders. We are the investors. Okay, now some of us buy and hold long term. Some of us swing trade. Some of us day trade. What I do Monday through Friday. I buy on Mondays and Tuesdays. I sell a covered call on a good quality dividend stock when I do not mind owning for a long period of time. Because ultimately, I have no problem whatsoever buying companies and holding on to them. But here's the thing. If I buy a company, let's say hypothetically I buy Shell, okay, 73 bucks. Wonderful. And then I sell a covered call against it and I get a nice fat premium. Wonderful. I have two choices. I can let it go and then buy another company. Let's go over to the calendar for a quick second. All right. Let's take a look at the very first week here. Let's go with companies you probably heard of. Because some of those you may or may not heard of. Okay. This is just for a sample. Now this is Warren Buffett's list. I'm pretty sure you've heard of every single stock on this list. Okay? Now, first, Abbey Bank, Aon Bank, and DHI. You may or may not have heard of them. Okay? Now, if I buy one of those, okay, I collect my 1% on this week here. Okay, Friday I hit my target, I'm back into cash, and then here we are back on Monday. Well, look what I have to choose for this week. Siri, Visa, Wells Fargo. Okay, let's say I just pick one of those, and I buy it on Monday, I collect my 1%, I'm out, and then I'm back into cash again. Now let's look at what I'm looking at this week. Apple, Capital One Finance, Kroger, Heineken Payne, and Moody's. Well, let's say I pick one of these. Buy it on Monday, sell it on Friday, make my 1%. Okay, now look what we got next week. We got Chevron, Jeffries, UPS, Louisiana Pacific Railroad. How is it? Okay, now one of those. So let's say I pick one of those, I get my 1%. So I need 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, and look at this list. Johnson & Johnson, Heinz Ketchup, T-Mobile, buy one of those. Well, another 1%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5%. I make 1% per week. It's 52 weeks in a year. That's 52%, hypothetically speaking. If you compound it, well, it's more than 62%. Now, if you take a look at my list, where is it? Right here. Now, let's take a gander at some of the percentages that I've made since the beginning of the year. Now, going back to the very beginning. Here's week number 1. Okay? I'm just going to read the ones over here. Okay? Week 1, 2.1%. Week 2, 1.3%. Week 4, 0.85. Week 4, 0.9. Week 5, 1.03, 1.06, 1.9, 2.03, 2.32, 4.63, 3.9, 0.9, so on, so forth. You can check them out. They're all here from beginning of January. We are officially in, I believe, week number 32 for the year. Okay, we're in the third quarter. I think we're in 6th week. Hold on a second. 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so we're in the 7th week of the third quarter. Do you know what that means? The 7th week of the third quarter. We're halfway through the third quarter because there's only 13 weeks in the quarter. So we're in week number 7. Okay, Realton? Oh. Real Tony Glamour. Hey, Real Tony Glamour, you're new here. Welcome to the show there, Mr. Real Tony Glamour. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, butt, sweat, and beers. You've been here a while, you know. Okay, Andrea. Okay, let's get out of here. It's too bright. Okay. Andrea, I have a lot of them, and they don't pay a dividend, but they are an awesome company. Okay. Now, I don't ever tell people what is right and what is wrong for them, because everyone's different. So, in case, which product will 6 iPhones work better with, Windows or Mac? Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You know what will work a lot better than that, Calibri? If I learn how to use the damn software in my computer. I've got broadcast software that will allow me to broadcast all of them. I can't figure it out. I find it cheaper just to buy 6 phones and hit live on each one. So much easier. Open up the phone, go to Facebook, hit live, and then boom, I'm live. You want me to figure out the software? Oh, it's a little I'm old school. Okay, you got to actually walk me through it over and over and over again before you finally get it. All right. No name user. If you generally take covered calls on Monday, what trades you take the rest of the days? I don't. Okay? Now, I invest 98% of all my money on a Monday. So here you go. You ready? Let's say, let's go all the way back up to the top. Okay, so here's the 3 accounts. You ready? Account number 1, it's got 142,000. Account number 2, 160. Account number 3, 131. Okay? So, 1%, 1,400, 1,600, 1,300. Okay, that's 1% for the week. Now, hypothetically speaking, 131,000. I will have 98% of that invested on Monday morning. And Monday morning, I will get my 1%. So that's right around 1,300 Monday morning. Okay, this account here, 167. Monday morning, I will have 98% of that invested Monday morning. Okay, and I'll get my 1% right around 1,600 Monday morning. This account here, 1,400 on Monday morning, 98% is invested. The 2% I leave back in case I have to do something on Friday. I need to have a little bit of money to the side. Now, the 1% here, the 1% here, the 1% here, that's money that I can spend. Okay, now I have a debit card and a credit card attached to my accounts. So on Monday, after I buy my stocks, all my money is gone, but I get 1% cash deposited into my trading account that I can do with as I please. Somebody new here. Pulsely? I don't know how to pronounce that. P-E-U-C-L-I. Pulsely? I don't know. Anyway. Hi, how you doing? Glad you're here. Have any questions? Rattle them off. Alright. They are server farm and sell back energy. Okay, Andrea, I really don't know. Okay, see, I don't do companies that I don't know of. Okay, I have never heard of them. So that's going to be a no. That's the major object. The major obstacle. Okay, so think of it this way. Okay, when you're investing your money, you can take a chance on something that you don't know of. Now, I know who ExxonMobil is. I know who Chevron is. I know who Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Capital One Finance, Visa, MasterCard, Apple, Altria. Hey, all the companies that I invest in. Let's pull it back up again. Okay, Chevron, Jeffries, UPS, Johnson & Johnson, Heinz Ketchup, T-Mobile. Let's go back one. Bank Mellon, AbbVie, Procter & Gamble, Verizon, MasterCard, Globe Life, Bristol Myers Squibb, American Express. I know all of those companies. When I grew up in the 60s and 70s, these were household names in the 80s. Okay? Okay, 60s, 70s, 80s. That's where I grew up. Okay? Now, I'd say late 60s, 70s, and 80s. Because early 60s, I don't remember anything. I remember the late 60s. Late 60s, early 70s, and the 80s. I remember all that stuff. These companies were household names back then. American Express, Bristol Myers Squibb, Globe Life, MasterCard, Verizon. I know all of those. Now, if I'm buying these companies, okay, and they're giving me 1%, why would I look at a company I've never heard of, have no idea what they do, and some of the information doesn't quite fit my criteria? Okay, so great, they might be a server farm and they sell back energy. Well, I'm thinking to myself, a server farm. Well, they didn't have servers in the manner which I'm assuming you're talking about in the 70s and 80s. So if they weren't even there in the 70s and 80s, well, how can they have 20 years of increased dividends? And if they don't have 20 years of increased dividends, why would I be looking at them? I already have 300 companies that do fit that parameters, that do have 20 years of increased dividends and have weekly options. So why would I look at anything else? Not that I'm saying what you're doing is wrong, because what they say is different strokes for different folks. Okay, there's an ass for every saddle. There's a lot of different expressions you can use. But if it doesn't fit my parameters, I don't want to look at it. It's kind of wasting time. Okay, there's a lot of good companies out there that meet my criteria and give me the 1% I'm looking for. Now, you're going to get to a point in your life where you're retired and you get there and you think to yourself, well, there's got to be something more than the pursuit of money, because money no longer has the meaning that it used to have. Now, when I was younger, I started my own company and I drove door to door with my wares in the back of my truck. I started from nothing. I took $55. As I started my first company with $55, and I made all this artificial coral. Because I used to work for someone that made exhibits for museums and aquariums. Okay, so I did some of my own. All right, great. So I take it to the first pet store, and the guy said, "Yeah, I'll take all you can make." After about 3 or 4 truckloads, he says, "Wait a second." Let me introduce you to my friend Mark. So Mark said, "Hey, I'll take all you can make." After 3 or 4 truckloads, he said, "Wait a minute, let me introduce you to Mike." And that's just how it started. Okay, I literally went door to door selling my wares. That's when I was younger, when I was money hungry. Okay, money, power, and all that kind of crap. Now I'm at that point in my life where money doesn't have the same meaning. Okay, I would assume get up in the morning, go outside, listen to the birds, watch the chipmunks, watch the squirrels, and just play with my grandson and hang out. Okay, money doesn't have the same drive. You're going to get there at some point also. You're also going to get to retirement. And then you're going to think to yourself, well, where's my money going to go? Most people, okay, they play for the 40-40-40 plan. Okay, the 40-40-40 plan is you work 40 years of your life. You work 40 hours a week, 40 years of your life, and then you retire on 40% of your income. That's the 40-40-40 plan. Okay, you give your money to a money manager, and he'll say, great, let's set you up with a 4% draw. 4% draw, well, you have a 4% draw. How much do you need to take out a 4% draw to take care of all of your bills? Well, that didn't work for me. That means I would be continue working for another 10 to 20 years, putting more money into my little, what do you call it? Egg basket, is that what you call it? Nest egg. Yeah, put it into my little nest egg so that I would have enough money to live off of. Yeah, so once I came up with the strategy for my daughter, okay, 1% a week, I said, wait a second. I only need this much money to retire. And once I reached that, I said, okay, I don't feel like working anymore. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll probably go back to work in a little while because I'm getting tired of doing nothing all the time. Okay, so at this moment in time, I'm down here in Florida, helping out my mother, helping out my sons with their houses and whatnot, getting everything in order. Then I'll probably go up to Maine, hang out there for a while, and then decide, what do I want to do for the rest of my life? What do I want to do when I grow up? I'm 60 years old. What do I want to do when I grow up? I have no clue. Now, I ran a manufacturing company for a few years, and that's gone. They are all affected due to halving. Ooh, the halving. I'm kind of curious how that worked out this year. Uh-oh. Thoughts on Costamare? Are you kidding me? Costamare? Never heard of it. Okay. All right, I'm missing some of these questions. I have to go back. I want to apologize for you guys. I got Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and nothing on that one. That one's just recording certain clippets. If you generally take covered calls on Monday, what trades you take? That's where I ended up. I don't take any calls. I don't do any trades during the week. Normally, I gotta say normally, because yesterday we were balancing out the accounts, and I looked at two of my accounts. I said, holy cow, I got 30 grand sitting there and 35 grand sitting there. Let's buy some. So this morning I bought a bunch of stuff. Okay, I think I bought, I don't even know. Good thing it's written down. All right, keep going. Andrea, do you make cash back on that credit card with that 1%? Actually, funny thing is every time I deposit money, this is a hoop. Okay, now I deposit money every week into my trading account because I don't spend it all. Okay, so I deposit it back into my account, and every time I deposit in my account, I get a 1% bonus. Okay, so that's genius. Yeah. No name, thank you. So it's a 10-minute a week trading thing. At first, it's not going to be 10 minutes because getting the hang of it, getting to find your way through the site. All right. Now I use Thinkorswim, and it took me years. It took me months to perfect it, going from one place to the other. Because see, here you have your charts. Okay. Here you have your seasonality. That gives me an idea of what the stock usually does at a certain time of year, and from there. We have our calendar, and in our calendar we can upload different lists. Okay, so here's all my list. Okay, I have companies that are right here. See it? Okay, 100-year-old companies, calendar spreads, dividend aristocrats, dividend champions, dividend contenders, dividend kings, ETF holding list. Ooh, that's a good list. Now, ETF holding list. If you take a look at all the electronically traded funds, now people say ETFs is a exchange traded fund. Bullshit. Exchanges are all electronic. You're giving your money to a damn computer. Don't let them kid you. Quantitative easing, that's just, what do you call it? Inflation. Okay? They can call it whatever they want, fancy word. It is what it is. You're diluting the money that we have. So you ask yourself a question. Okay? Seriously. All right. I remember a couple of years ago, I'd go to Walmart, and right there in front of the store is a soda machine. 50 cents for a soda. Cool, awesome. Okay, now it's $1. That's 100% increase. Don't give me this bullshit that they're saying. Inflation is only like 6 or 8 or 7 or 5 or whatever bullshit they're giving you. Okay, when something goes from 50 cents to $1, and then they have those little tiny pies inside Walmart, 2 for $1, 50 cents each. Now they're 89 cents each. Well, that's more than a 50% increase. Okay. And then the dollar store, everything was $1. Now it's $1.25. That's a 25% increase. Who comes up with this bullshit that inflation is only 3, 4, 5%? Bullshit. Okay, that's a 25% increase. Did my income increase 25%? Hell no. Anyway, let's get away from that crap. Let's go. Sorry, My and everyone else's questions is so far behind. I feel like yeah, I got 10 questions. Okay. What app for this week or next week? Sammy, I have no idea what you mean by that. Poseidon's Last Molar. How important to work trades Monday at the Open? West Coast Insomniac asking. Oh, you want to hear something funny? I was listening to Arnold Schwarzenegger give a speech once, and he says, we all have 24 hours a day. X amount for this, X amount for that, X amount for this. And some guy says, yeah, but I like to sleep 8 hours a day. And Schwarzenegger says, yeah, sleep faster. We all have the same amount of time. I have no control over when the stock market opens. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, and if you're in Hawaii and you're trading, hey, brother, you got to get up at 3 or 4 in the morning. It just is what it is. Okay, we have Hakuna, which he hasn't been in the last couple of days. But this guy, Hakuna, he signs in from Sweden every day. Okay? I don't think you should change your strategy. I'm not going to change my strategy. It works for me. Thoughts on Costamare? Okay, one, I've never heard of Costamare. Okay? Now, if I've never heard of it, more than likely it's going to be a no. But I'll take a look at it. Costamare. CMRE. Yeah, it's a no. Sorry. The reason why it's a no, it has monthly options. Now, the reasons I don't do monthly options, because think of it this way. Each time I do an option, okay, I collect 1%. Think of it as a check, okay? I get 1 check per month, all right? That's 12. Now, weekly options, that's 1 check per week. That's 52. Now, I admit I never went to college, so I'm not as smart as most people, but I do know that 52 is better than 12. Okay, so if I can only do 1 per month, that means I can only do it 12 times a year. That's why I don't like monthly options. They just don't pay the same as weeklies. Okay, so Costamare is a monthly. Great. AT&T is a weekly, which means I can do it every single week. All right, now 52 weeks, 1% a week is 50% per year. And I like that number, and it works for me. So, sorry, but Costamare is a no for me. It may be good for you, but not for me. Okay, I missed some questions. All right, Costamare. Okay. Live Live. Hey, Circle Project. Cool beans. Iceman. These are all short-term gains, correct? Any tax-saving suggestions, methods? Yes. Okay, Iceman. My cost-saving suggestions in tax-wise, number 1, talk to a tax strategist or a tax strategist or tax planner. Have somebody, if you're serious about this, and if it's going to be serious money. Now, if you only have $5, $10, $15, $20,000, that's not big money, okay? But at some point in time, when you get hundreds of thousands of dollars, well, yeah, those numbers are bigger, and you got to start thinking about Uncle Sam dipping his fingers. Okay, so here's the thing. Talk to a tax strategist, okay? You do not have, I would suggest, do not put your account in your own name. Put in an LLC, put in a trust, put it into a corporation, something that separates you from the trading, because this can be taxed if you believe in taxes. Okay? Circle never. Yeah, I remember that commercial from years ago. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million toys at Toys R Us that I can play with. From bikes to games to bikes to planes to video games. It's the greatest toy store there is. Okay, so anyway, Juan, dividends. Okay. Now, just because it has dividends it doesn't mean it's automatically going to fit into this parameters. Okay, so when I say I like 20 years of increased dividends, okay, what that means is the dividend is nothing more, don't let people confuse you on this, but the shareholders' portion of the corporation's profits. Because corporations go into business, people go into business to make a profit. Okay? Most companies don't make it past the first 5 years. Okay, it's like 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000 that makes it to 10 years. Can you imagine what the odds are to make it to 20 years and then 20 years of consistently being profitable? Well, this is your money we're talking about. My money, I only want to invest in companies that are historically profitable and consistently profitable. Okay, so you got the dividend kings. 5 decades, 50 years of increased dividends. 54 companies that have consistently increased their dividends, which means every single year they're more profitable than the year before because they're giving out more profits to the shareholders. Now, once they stop increasing their dividends, well, that means they stop making money or they're making less money. Well, then I pull my money out of there and I put it into one. Because right now, you get the dividend kings, 50 years of increased dividends. The dividend champions, 25 years of increased dividends. The dividend aristocrats, again, another 25 years of increased dividends. So then you have the dividend contenders. Now they have 10 years to 24 years of increased dividends. Then I like to throw in Warren Buffett's stock list just to round things off. That's 5 lists. Between those 5 lists, you should come up with somewhere around 300 companies that consistently profitable and consistently increase their dividends to their shareholders with weekly options. This way I can get a paycheck every single week. That's what I'm looking for. Safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. Okay, well, let's keep on rolling. Botox Doc. How's it going there, Doc? Poseidon's last molar. How do you deposit regularly into a brokerage account to earn? Doesn't all the earnings go there directly? Oh, no, because I still work once in a while. You know, I do odd jobs here and there. And, let me think. Yeah, so most of my money goes right into my trading account. Do you make those lists yourself in TOS? Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, let's take a look. Oh, wait a second, wait. Let's go here. Get rid of that. Watch list. And take a look at Dividend Aristocrats. Okay, so let's take a look at the Dividend Aristocrats. You ready? Ooh, what the heck is KVUE? KVUE. Okay. Hormel, Altria, Albemarle, Archer Daniels, Coca-Cola, Walmart, Colgate Palmolive, Emerson's, Abbott Labs, PPG, 3M, Target, Kimberly-Clark, Nucor Energy, Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, Pepsi, AbbVie, ADI, Lowe's, and FMCB. I have no idea what that one is. So there's 2 or 3 of them I have no idea. Okay, FMCB, no idea. I never traded. It's a $900 stock. I have no idea how it got there. Okay, ADI, I'm not 100% sure who they are. Okay, that being said. Next list. Dividend champion. Or how about Warren Buffett's list? Here we go. Siri, Lila, Lilac. Oh, wait a second. I don't even know some of these. Ooh. Oh, yeah. I'm getting out of that one. Okay, so here we go. Alright. So, yeah, you can put whatever list you want in there. You can add stocks, subtract stocks. Invite Chris. Alright. Uh-oh, missed some more questions. How do you determine 1% per week? Is that just an estimate? Oh, well, just Drew. Interesting question. So let's try this for a second. Alright. I think this is about right. Alright, so let's get out our calculator. Uh-oh. Calculator. Alright, let's put it way over here. Alrighty, now let's clear this. Everything's cleared. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add up all the profits from the sales of this week, which don't really look that appetizing, now does it? Huh. Alright, well, let's check it out. 48 contracts at $17 a contract. 816 bucks for that one trade. Okay, plus memory, clear that. Win. 14 contracts at $19. 14 times 19, that's 266. I'm going to add that to there. Okay, now 16 contracts at $4 bucks. 16 times 4 equals 64 plus memory, blah blah blah. Okay, now 13 times 3. Is that correct? 13 times 3 comes to that, plus memory equal that, memory recall, $1,185. Okay? Now, originally, there's $100,000 in this account. So, $100,000, 1.18%. Okay, that was this week. Okay, last week. The 5th through the 9th. Okay, here we go. Let's do the same for the 5th through the 9th. This was last week. Clear that. Clear that. Okay, 35 contracts at 24. 35 contracts, multiply 24, grand total of 840. Plus memory, clear. 16 contracts at 10 cents, that's 160. Plus memory, clear. 13 contracts at 13. 13 times 13 equals, plus memory, clear. 13, okay. Ooh, check that one out. Can that be right? 14 contracts at 122? Holy shit. Okay. 122 multiply by 14 contracts. 1,700. Plus memory, clear. Okay, that was win. Bitto, we got rid of Bitto. I'm not going to count that because that just eliminated the position. That's not a rate of return, so I'm going to skip that one. AEO, I got a 42-cent credit right there. 42-cent credit, 35 contracts. Okay? So, $42 multiply by 35 contracts. Another 1,400. So, plus memory. Okay, clear that. Memory recall. Okay, so this week I only made what? 1,100, 1,200. Last week I made 4,300. Okay? Now, the week before that, where are we going? Right here. July 20, wait a minute, what is this one? The 9th? Okay, yeah, July 29th to August 2nd. Okay, now, these are all the trades 3 weeks ago. Alright, calculator, let's clear that. Let's clear that. Okay, so I bought more win, so you can't really count that. 48, look at this, Kohl's. 48 contracts at 19 bucks. 19 bucks, multiply 48 contracts. Okay, 902 plus memory. Okay. 16 contracts at 37 bucks. 37 bucks, multiply 16 contracts. 592. Okay, got that. Okay, now MPW. I bought 1,300 shares at $4.97. I sold 13 contracts of the 5 for 17 cents a share, which is $17 per contract. So 13 contracts at $17 comes to 221 plus memory. Okay, great. All right, now win. Okay, WYNN. Okay, the 85 call, 42 bucks, 14 times. So 14 multiplied 42, grand total of 588 plus memory, clear. Okay, I'm not going to count Bitto, okay, because I got rid of that one. All right, so I'm not going to count that one. Okay, win. I did a spread on win, lost money there, and I did a spread on Bitto, lost money there. So I'm going to do that in a second. Hold on. The last one I sold, 48 contracts at 10 cents. Okay, so 48 contracts, that's 480 bucks. 480 bucks. Okay? Plus memory. Okay, clear. So, 27.93. But I lost money here and I lost money there because those were two spreads that I did. So let's get those out. So that's 620 bucks a loss. Okay, 10 contracts at 62. Okay, so subtract 620. Okay, that's the first one I lost money on right here. Okay, second one, Bitto, 10 contracts at 49. Okay, I lost another 490. Subtract 490. Okay, so 3 weeks ago, I only made 1,683. Now remember, the account started out with 100,000. So 100,000. This is 1.6% of 100,000. So that's my 1%. I'm looking to get okay. See, the account has 100,000 in it, so I'm looking to get $1,000 a week. That's 1% of 100,000. Mandy, how are you? Mandy, I'm going to apologize now because you're signing in at 11:26. I go from 9 p.m. to 11:30, so you get my wonderfulness for 4 minutes. Sorry, kiddo. All right. So hopefully that answers that question. How do I calculate the 1%? Well, I use some simple math. Okay, so you have what you have coming in. All right. So if I do a covered call every single week, okay, 5 or 6 positions. What do I have here? Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions. Okay, so 5 positions. I like to have it, 20,000, 20,000, 20,000, 20,000. Does it always work that way? No. But that's what, ideally, that's what I'd like to have. So I got 5 positions here, and out of those 5 positions, I'm looking to get $1,000. So each position is going to give me around 200 bucks. You saw some of the trades I made, and some of them made over, $5, $6, $7, $800 at one time. Some of them only made $20, $30 at a time. Okay, I don't really worry too much about the sizes. It's the percentages that I'm looking for. I'm only looking for 1% a week, which is only $1,000 a week. All right, that being said, let's finish up with the last 20 questions. We got 3 more minutes to go. It's making sense. Thank you. Well, I'm glad it makes sense. Andrea, my friend called and missed if you get some points on your credit card for income you need to... Okay, wait. Let me read that again. My friend called and missed if you get points on your credit card from the income you deposit. Okay. No. I get... Not my credit card, my trading account. So anytime I take money outside of, anytime I earn money and I deposit it into my trading account, I get a 1% bonus for every dollar I put in my trading account. Which is kind of cool if you think about it. Hope you feel better. Me too, Ashley. Thank you for that. Corey. Hey, it's alive. Yep. Hey. Who should say that? Wasn't that Rerun? That was Rewind from That's My Mama. Hey, Raj, what's that? Yeah, I remember that. Anyway, besides the point. So, we're at 11:30. I actually got all my questions done. No questions on YouTube. Wait a minute, I got my questions on YouTube. YouTube, what questions we got? Hello, good evening. Got someone. Okay, Ethan, you usually got it. Okay, great. Got it all caught up over there. Nothing over. I don't even know why do I bother broadcasting on Facebook. It's like maybe 1 or 2 people a week show up on Facebook. I should probably just cut them right out. All right. All that being said, it's 11:30. I'm going to call it a night. I will more than likely go pick up another computer tomorrow. This is just silly. But we'll see. We'll see how things work out. Okay, you guys have a great night. We'll see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow, the sun will come out. Tomorrow. Bye, Instagram people. And now, there you go. And for you guys here, I will catch you guys again tomorrow. And you guys here on YouTube, catch you guys tomorrow. And you guys over here on Facebook, nobody there, but okay, is what it is. Okay, all that being said, you guys down here have a great night. I'll see you again tomorrow, because the